Hey there folks, this is Sean Hollister with Engadget. We're taking a look at the Dell Thunder. It's a 4.1-inch device, nicely chromed, with what's actually a curved glass screen. Not sure if you can see that from this angle, but the screen is actually slightly curved despite being one of the most responsive panels we've felt in a while. We've got a dedicated mute rocker on the left here, which actually isn't working on this version right here, but we've got a second sample over here where it is. The bottom, soft touch rubber around this micro USB port and a pair of speakers. We've got volume up and down buttons over here, as well as a dedicated camera button that are recessed into the chrome siding. And then up top, very hard to reach, very hard to press, power button over here and a 3.5mm headphone jack. As far as the software is concerned, what we're looking at right here is pretty much just stock donut Android 1.6, but there are some interesting things to be seen inside. For instance, there's an app here called CDMA NAM Programming. While the device actually has a GSM SIM card slot in back, and there are lots of references in the code to GSM frequencies, there also seems to be some CDMA programming in here, so we're thinking it possibly could be a dual mode device. In back you can also see there's an easily accessible micro SD card slot, 3.7 volt 14 milliamp hour battery, an 8 megapixel camera with autofocus and 4x digital zoom, and an LED flash. We actually can't find out where the microphones are on this device, but there are references in the code to dual microphones, possibly for noise cancelling. And when we pulled up tricorder on the phone, it did register some kind of volume when we spoke, so we figure the microphone's in there somewhere and they just haven't drilled the hole for it yet. As far as benchmarks are concerned, running Neocore, Nenomark, and the likes on here just fine. Getting about 37 frames per second on Neocore, 18.4 in Nenomark, only about 6.2 across Linpack in terms of megaflops, and then we're seeing around 3600 milliseconds for a run of Benchmark Pi. Inside, it appears to be a 1 GHz Snapdragon processor and an Adreno GPU, so it's got very similar hardware inside to the Nexus 1. There's also a reference on the back of the phone, however, in the back of both phones, to Hynix 4G plus 4G memory, which makes us think that it might have 512 megabyte of RAM and 512 of ROM, like the Droid 2. If you take a look at the phone next to the Droid 2, it's definitely a good bit bigger with that 4.1-inch screen, good bit thinner without the extra keyboard on there. This is supposed to have an AMO LED screen according to the leaks, but the screen here is definitely not final. If we look at it from certain angles with it off, you can actually see little dots in the base of the screen, and this resolution may not be final either. It seems to be running a very high resolution here, a good bit higher than the 800 by 480 that Neocore and various rumors we've heard speculated on for the final resolution for the Thunder.